one of my hardest struggles at the moment is my marijuana consumption. I smoke weed every day. Today I haven't smoked weed, but it's a constant thing. I'm always looking for it. I'm always trying to get it. I'm in the process right now trying to help my coworkers get some.
And what time is it in Florida right now?
It is 10:26.
And so why haven't you smoked some this morning?
Well, I don't have any. That's a good easy answer.
How many years have you been smoking it?
I believe I started when I was about 13, and I'm 17 now.
Oh, what made you smoke weed at 13?
I was hanging around some friends, and one day one of my friends let me know. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna be smoking over at my house." I was like, "Oh, like all my friends started doing." I was like, "Yo, hey, let me join with you."
Yeah.
And that was the first time I did, and I ended up hanging out with a bunch of people. And after all these years so far, it's always like a hangout thing or a casual thing I do by myself.
And you tell yourself you're not going to do it, and yet you end up doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
So you live at home with your parents?
I live at home with just my mom, yes.
Are you still in school?
Yes. I just graduated out of high school.
Oh, okay. All right. And so you want to know, what do you want to know?
I want to know, what is it that I'm really doing to myself like this, and how can I help myself?
It's so easy. Your afro is gonna drop off when I tell you how.
Let me hear it.
So hold on. Let me take a quick break. I'm at the bottom of the hour already. Do not hang up.
No problem.
And don't smoke a joint while we're on break, because I want you to understand. So don't smoke any weed while we're on break.
Okay, understood.
I'm going to go back to Alex. And Alex is 19 years old. He want to stop smoking pot. 17 years old. He want to stop smoking weed. How did you find us, Alex?
I've been watching you on YouTube for 2-3 months now.
Great, man. So here are the steps to overcome smoking weed or pot, grass, or whatever they call it nowadays.
Whatever.
First of all, you got to stop being frustrated about it. You cannot will it away. You have to accept that you're smoking pot and this is not what you want to do. All right?
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because when you become frustrated with it or about smoking it, all you're doing is setting yourself up to smoke even more for even longer. So just do that. Don't be frustrated about it. You can overcome it. And what you should start doing is working on your inner self. You got to overcome the anger that you have.
Right. I've been trying for a long time now.
And because the reason that you're still smoking it is that you have conflict from the anger that you have, and smoking it give you a false sense of relief. And if you notice, it doesn't last, because as soon as the high goes away, reality kicks in again, and you can't handle it, so you smoke more.
Right.
And what have you been doing to try to overcome your anger?
My anger, I try to spend a little more time with my mom that I can to make the family as complete as it can be. I've been working. I recently just got my first car. That has taken a lot of my anger away, because I haven't been so focused on all the bad things. I've just been focused on how to move forward and keep being able to pay for my car, see where my next move is. My next stance is trying to get out of the house as soon as possible.
Good. Why are you trying to spend more time with your mother?
Well, I lost my father when I was about 11, and sometimes I feel like my mom just works very hard to keep a roof over my head, and she gets lonely sometimes. So to be the only one that's still in the house with her, might as well spend a little time with her, you know?
You have other brothers and sisters?
I have um I have one sister that I consider my sister, yes.
Oh, okay. And this is
I
your
have two older siblings, but they've never really been close. They've never been really around.
Oh, okay. I understand how you feel about your mother and want to help, but you can't take the place of your mother's loneliness. So don't try to do that. She need to work that out herself.
She has a boyfriend.
She does. And so,
Yes.
so why do you need to spend time with her when she's lonely then?
That makes sense.
Yeah. And your mother got to work that out. You're not her boyfriend. You're her son. And
Right.
She's
I need to worry about my own self.
right. And but there, as long as you're living under her roof, there's nothing wrong with you helping them pay some rent. You know, you should pay some rent, help with the bills. But other than that, your mother, you're not don't do the other stuff.
No?
Right. Don't try to make her feel good when she's lonely. She got to work that out. All right.
She got to work that out with herself.
Yes. But you help with the
Okay.
bills and things while you're living there.
Right.
But that's about it. And have you forgiven her for the things that she did to you that you didn't like while growing up?
I don't think I have yet.
And why haven't you?
I haven't thought of it. I really haven't come to the point where I'm gonna sit myself down with her and say, "Listen, I forgive you."
Well, you're gonna have
Because we have a day every year. It's I think Good Friday.
Mhm.
At least my mom always celebrates, and we always say what we're sorry for to each other. I think I don't really, I'm not too focused on that holiday, but I think it's a day where we get to tell each other like that we forgive each other.
you're gonna have to go to her and be absolutely honest with her for what she's done to you, and realize that she couldn't help herself, and forgive her so that God can forgive you and take her nature away from you.
Okay.
Hold
I
on for
also
me.
want to,
Yeah,
when you come back about losing a father at a young age.
I
Without,
know. Yeah. Hold on for me. Back in a moment. So, Alex,
Yep.
so you're gonna have to go to her and be honest with, and don't go to her in a wimp like way. Just don't be saying, "Mom, I love you, but I want to tell you this, but I love you." Blah, blah. Don't do that crap. Just go, and you're gonna be a little nervous, and give me an example of something that you need to forgive her for. What did she do that you didn't like?
Didn't think off the top of my head.
All right. Well, you need to know what it is, and go to her and say, "Look, I'm sorry for being angry at you and holding this stuff against you. I realize now you couldn't help yourself, and I'm sorry for it." And if she apologizes, that's nice. Don't ask her to forgive you. You forgive her, and God will forgive you. That's how it works.
She always likes to take credit for everything she does when it comes to me and everything I've become. She says it's all because of her.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. Like she talks about my life and how she jokes around with me saying, "I brought you in this world. I can take you out."
Is your
Stuff
mother
like
black?
that. No, she's a Russian woman.
Oh, because I didn't know white women did that. I know black women do that.
Yeah, no, it's a woman thing.
Yeah. And how do you feel when she says those things to you?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Well, I try to go away from my inner feelings, because usually when I tend to rely on my feelings, I end up doing the opposite of what I came to do.
Yeah. Does it irritate you though when she says those things?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I know inside of me that whatever I do is because of me and what I've done, and what I could credit her for is her parenting towards me as a kid, and that's really it.
So when you talk to her, when you go to her to forgive her, you say that to her. When you take credit for my life like this, I don't like that. I resent you for that, and you need to stop that. Don't ever say that to me again because you're not the reason I am whatever you're doing in your life, and she's taking credit for. Let her know
Mhm.
that she should never say that again. You don't want to hear her say that anymore, and you are sorry for being angry at her saying it, but you need to cut that out.
Because I have since my father passed away, I have had lots of anger and resentment towards her
Yeah.
throughout the past years. But over the last year and a half, it's been pretty good. We haven't had issues like that. But in our old apartment, we'd always be screaming and fighting, and hollering all the time.
Yeah.
I even decided to switch schools one time because my school was like maybe 15 minutes away, and the traffic every morning we'd end up getting fights about. So I decided, I was like, all right, let's switch schools. And then I ended up going back the next year to my original school. Just a lot of hectic.
Well, Alice, if you truly forgive her, and she doesn't have to apologize for anything, she doesn't have to admit that she was wrong. God has it set up. Even in the Lord's Prayer, it says, forgive me as I forgive. In the scriptures, it says, go and forgive whomever you have anger, it's called ought, but anger against. So don't ask your mother to forgive you. You forgive her, and God will forgive you. And all that conflict you have and stuff will disappear. And once the conflict is gone, you wouldn't have the desire for weed or any other thing because you won't have the conflict. And so
Right.
the weed thing would just fall away on its own. The only reason you're smoking weed today is because you have guilt, and the guilt is coming from judging. You're playing God by judging your mother. It's okay to disagree with her, but don't be angry because anger separates you from God.
That is true. I do judge my mother.
Right. And so I want you to speak up and be absolutely honest with her, but don't be angry with her. She can't help herself. Her mother recreated her in her image. Your mother is not herself. She's her mother. And so she has anger and she can't help herself.
Right.
So you need to forgive her. And then tell me about your father. Why did your father expire?
Oh, he used to smoke cigarettes all the time, and I believe he did drink a little bit, but he was never like an alcoholic.
Right.
But after all the smoking and whatever he was doing to his health, his kidneys ended up failing on him, and then after his kidneys failed, he was on this big machine that basically does the kidneys for you.
Right.
And then one day when he came home after rehab for his kidneys, he was on a walker, and he was in his office doing some paperwork, and he wanted to go to the bathroom, but he got lazy and he didn't want to grab his walker, and he ended up falling in the bathroom and broke his hip. So after he broke his hip, he went back to the hospital, and shortly, a few days later, maybe a month, I don't know, short amount of time, he expired.
Amazing. And you say you're 17, right?
Yes.
You sound very mature for 17, man. That's good. How did that affect you when your father expired?
Oh, my whole life fell apart.
Yeah.
My whole life fell apart. I started needing attention from everybody in my life. I started looking for attention. I started looking for friends. That's how I started smoking weed. And then I started, as I got a little bit through high school, I started doing like heavier drugs, listening to more music, and just keep doing bad things. I remember I used to, I was like a petty thief. I took little things once in a while if I felt like I wanted it.
Yeah.
Now I can't even imagine doing that.
Right.
I pay for it. That's it.
Amazing. So I have one more suggestion for you when I come back from this break. You're going to be fine.
Okay.
You're absolutely going to be fine. You're right there already. I appreciate your patience. It's hard for me to let Alex go before I can do what I can to help him. A young man like this waking up is mind-blowing. Alex, how old was your father when he expired?
How old was he?
Yes.
He was, I think he was 72 or 73.
Oh, okay. And so, do you feel that void inside now that he's gone?
What do you mean?
Like an emptiness or something? Like something is missing
Uh,
deep down in your soul?
you know, I'm not sure of that answer because I used to feel very empty inside. I used to feel like I was missing something
Yeah,
in my life that I needed. But now I feel like the only thing I need is just to keep moving forward.
that's right. So, Alex, here's what two things I want to recommend for you. Number one, I want you to start doing my silent prayer.
Okay.
Do you know about it?
No, I don't. I mean, I've heard about it on your show. I've just never practiced it.
Yeah, I want you to start today practicing it. All right. It's a silent prayer. There's a video too, silentprayer.video, if you want to do that. But because you're on, God is with you, and I can clearly see it, and you're on your way to overcoming all that
I can
stuff.
feel it.
Yeah. And so,
I can feel it. When I started watching your show, I started hearing like some real stuff, and I was like, oh my God,
yeah,
this is amazing.
yeah,
Like you say in all your videos, you're like, this is amazing. I'm like, this is truly amazing.
yeah. And that's because when you hear me speak the truth, it's already inside of you.
Because I've already, it's been there the whole time.
That's right. Absolutely. And it's just awakening when you hear the truth. And so
Yeah.
you're going to be fine. When you do the silent prayer, it's going to be amazing. So start today and do the
What's
silent.
the silent prayer?
It shows you how to just be still and allow God to just completely take over, bring you out of the darkness back to Him, into the light.
All right.
He's going to bring you
I'll
back
look into it.
Yeah, he's going to bring you. If you have any questions about it, make sure you give me a call.
I will give you a call, and I'm on my way to my mother right now.
Are you out of school? You graduated from high school, right?
Yeah, I graduated from high school. I don't go back to school until the fall.
Do you want to come to our men's conference June 16th
Where is it?
in Los Angeles?
I'm in Boca Raton, Florida.
We can put you up at the Bond House. We have a home for young men. You can stay there. And if you need a flight, can you afford to buy an airline ticket?
I don't think so.
We can help you get here financially. Yes, we can fly you here.
Really?
Yeah.
How can I stay in contact with you if I want to know more?
Hold on. June 16th, my nonprofit organization, Bond, the Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny, is holding its 9th annual men's conference for men 13 and up, ages 13 and up, for all men. And you don't want to miss it. We got some great stuff lined up for you. We're going to have some fun, but we're also going to have some real serious time so that we can point you back to your original self so that you can become real men. Go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com, and you can purchase your tickets there or call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663.